Tim sat alone on a park bench, watching other kids play. He wanted to join, but shyness always held him back. As he kicked a rock near his feet, something glowing caught his eye. A strange, shimmering bubble wand lay in the grass. Curious, Tim picked up the wand and gently blew into it. To his surprise, a bubble formed. Not an ordinary one, but a magical, shimmering shield. Before he could react, a gust of wind lifted the bubble, taking Tim with it. He gasped as he soared high above the city. Tim floated back to the ground, eager to test the wand. He created a bouncy bubble, a sticky one, and even one that glowed like a lantern. Just then, a boy lost control of his bike. Tim reacted fast, blowing a soft cushion bubble that caught her just before she hit the ground. People gathered around, cheering. "Bubble boy," someone shouted. Tim smiled nervously. Was he really a hero now? Far away, a sinister figure watched the news. Dr. Puncture sneered. Bubbles? Not for long, he had a plan to burst this new hero's powers. That night, a giant needle-shaped drone soared through the sky, heading straight for Tim. He barely dodged as it tried to pop his bubbles. Tim's wand suddenly glowed, revealing a secret message. Following the trail, he discovered a hidden underground lair filled with ancient bubble formulas. Inside, Tim found scrolls that taught him new tricks. Shield bubbles, fast bubbles, and even ones that could trap villains. Meanwhile, Dr. Puncture unveiled his ultimate weapon, a massive vacuum machine, capable of sucking up and destroying all bubbles forever. Alarms blared as Dr. Puncture unleashed his machine on the city. Bubbles vanished, and Tim found himself trapped in an anti-bubble cage. Tim clenched his fists. He wasn't just a shy kid anymore. He focused, feeling a powerful energy build up inside him. With a deep breath, he unleashed the biggest, strongest bubble he had ever created. It shattered the cage in a dazzling burst of light. Tim and Dr. Puncture faced off. The villain fired his vacuum beam, but Tim dodged, sending waves of powerful bubbles back at him. With one final move, Tim created an unbreakable bubble around Dr. Puncture, trapping him inside. The villain pounded on the walls, helpless. The city erupted in cheers as Tim floated above in a glowing bubble, waving at the crowds below. He had done it. Tim no longer felt shy. He had found his courage. He was more than just a kid. He was Bubble Boy, the city's protector. Just as he thought the adventure was over, a strange glowing object drifted toward him in the wind. Something new was coming.